Hey guys, Scott the Gamer here with another Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile. I just made a Yu-Gi-Oh a Blue Eyes deck yesterday. Now this is based off of the Chaos Max build, but I also added fusion monsters into it and other support like the incantations. So without further ado, let's get into this. So first of all, we have three Blue Eyes White Dragons. 3,000 attack, 2,500 defense. Great monster, backbone of the deck. Next, I run two copies of Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon. Basically, I reveal one Blue Eyes in my deck, and and then I can special summon him from my hand. Then after that, you basically can um, destroy one monster on your opponent's field. But if you do that, you can't attack the turn that effect was that effect was activated. So next, I have two copies of Dragon Spirit of White. Um, it's always treated as a Blue Eyes card. So I can search it out with other things that say any Blue Eyes card. This card is also treated as a normal monster while in the hand or graveyard. When it's normal or special summon, I can target a spell or trap card that my opponent controls and banish it as well. Either put on either player's turn. If my opponent does control a monster, I can tribute it and special summon out a Blue Eyes White Dragon. I run two Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon. So I can ritual summon it with any chaos form. So I can use chaos form or I can use advanced ritual art even. And then I can basically this card cannot be targeted by card effects, and it also cannot be destroyed by my opponent's card effects. If it attacks an opponent's defense position monster, um, it it deals double the piercing damage, so that's great. So the next card I'm gonna play is I run one Blue Eye Solid Dragon. If it's normal or special summon, I can target a face-up monster my opponent controls and negate its effects. When my opponent activates a card or effect, I can shuffle it from my field into the deck, and if I do special summon one Blue Eyes White Dragon from my deck. So that's what I would mostly do. Is I would just run this to special summon a Blue Eyes, as well as use the effect to negate other spell and trap cards. Next, I run one White Stone of Legend. Now, I would run more. I would run three, but I just don't have the copies of it either, and I also don't have any White Stones of the Ancients, so I don't run those at all. I run three Sage with Eyes of Blue. So basically, with Sage of Eyes of Blue, when this card is normal summoned, I can add one level 1 light tuner monster. So, except for him, so normal summon, bring out normal, like, then search for, then I can search for a white stone, or I can search for a maiden, and then add it to my hand. Also, as well, I can actually discard him and then target an effect monster I control and send it to the graveyard. And if I do, I can special summon one Blue Eyes monster from my deck. So, like, discard, and then I can target one effect monster I control. So, like, discard, target, let's say, Solid Dragon, send that to the graveyard, and then special summon one Blue Eyes monster. So I could even summon, like, Blue Eyes Spirit or the Dragon Spirit of White, right? So that's also a good idea. I run two Maidens with the Eyes of Blue, so she's a spellcaster tuner. When this card is targeted for an attack, I can negate the attack, send it to defense, put it in defense position, and then special summon a Blue Eyes from my hand, deck, or graveyard. So that's great. Or when an effect is activated that targets her, I can special summon one Blue Eyes White Dragon from my hand or graveyard. So she's great to summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon. So that's all the Blue Eyes monsters. I'm gonna go through incantations, and I run 2 incantation Candle. So with incantation Candle, I can reveal 1 ritual spell in my hand. So like I can reveal Chaos Mac or Chaos Chaos form, or even advanced ritual art, and then special summon both this card from my hand and 1 incantation from my deck. So I could do that, and then I could special summon like incantation Talus Mandra, or Bookstone, or even Pensaplume, right? But yeah, so then this card is special summoned from the deck. I can add 1 ritual spell from my deck to my hand, and I can also use I can only use the effects of him once per turn, and I cannot special summon monsters from my extra deck. So I have 2 incantation Talismandra. And what this does is I can reveal 1 ritual monster from my hand. So like, I can bring incantation Chalice Slime, or even my Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragons, and summon both that and this card from my hand and an incantation monster from the deck. So same thing basically, and special summon from the deck. So if you add a ritual monster, if I summon this from the deck, I can add 1 ritual monster from my deck to my hand, and then I can only use its effect once per turn. So then I only run 1 book, so Bookstone. So I think people are running 2, but I could only get 1 right now. But I can reveal 1 ritual spell in my hand, and then special summon both this card and 1 incantation monster from my deck. If this card is special summoned from the deck, I can target 1 ritual spell in my graveyard and add it to my hand. And again, I can only use that once per turn. Now I have 1 more incantation card, and I only run 1, and I will only ever run 1. It's incantation Pensaplume. So I can reveal 1 ritual monster from my hand, and then special summon both this card and another incantation monster. If it's special summoned from the deck, then I can target 1 ritual monster in my graveyard and add it to my hand. So it's so the incantations are very good. I love the incantation monsters. They're insanely good for the new meta. And then I run incantation Chalice Slime. I can ritual summon it with incantation Inception, but I'll also use like advanced ritual art for it. I can reveal this card in my hand and discard 1 card if I do special summon 1 incantation monster from my deck. Also, the end phase, I lose 2,500 life points. Wow, that's a lot. If you did not special summon a ritual monster this turn after you resolve this effect, you can send 1 incantation card from your hand or face up on the field to the graveyard, then target 1 monster my opponent controls and destroy it. And then I can only use those effects once per turn. I would use 3, but I only have 2 of these. I believe I have 1 in my speed duel. One in my speed duels, but I don't want to use it. But I use 2. I have 2 Manjus of 10,000 hands. And when he's normal or flip summon, I can add 1 ritual monster, add 1 ritual monster card or ritual spell. So either or. And then I have a Morphage Goliath. And so if he's in the normal monster, like in the extra monster zone or the normal monster zone, I can while he's there, no one can special summon monsters except Morphage monsters. So like, I'm only using him so that I can shut down other people's extra decks after I've summoned out my my best cards. Okay. So the next we're gonna go into the spells. So I run 3 polymerizations. Everyone pretty much knows what that does, and if they don't, then I can send monsters to the graveyard, activate polymerization, and then summon out stuff like Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, stuff like that. I run 3 Preparation of Rites. What that does is add 1 level 7 or lower ritual monster from my deck to my hand, and then I get to add a ritual spell from the graveyard. I run 2 pre-preparation of rites. So the thing is my cards came in the mail the other day, so I got these 2 when I needed them for the regionals, but as luck has it, I couldn't get them. So I have 3 pre-preps in my my Vendread deck, but I am only gonna run 2 here because I run only 3. I only run the 3 ritual spells. I run 2 Chaos Form. So Chaos Form is basically the ritual spell card that I use for my Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon, and basically, if I have any Blue Eyes or Dark Magician monsters, I have to send them to the graveyard, and I have to banish them as well to bring it out. And then I run 1 Dragon Shrine. I get to send 1 monster from my deck to the graveyard. Then if that monster was a normal monster, I can send another one. So like let's say I use that in combo. Send Blue Eyes White Dragon to the graveyard, and then send White Stone of Legend, and then get Blue Eyes again with get Blue Eyes out to my hand or to my graveyard with like Monster Reborn or any other cards, or even add it into there for the ritual monsters. I run 1 Dragonic Tactics. I attribute 2 Dragon type monsters, special summon 1 level 8. I run 1 trade-in. I discard 1 level 8 monster and I draw 2 cards. I run 1 Advanced Ritual Art, so this card can be used to ritual summon any monster. And then also I get to send normal monsters from my deck to the graveyard, whose total levels equal that of the ritual monsters. So he would be used more for Chaos Max Dragon, because I could send a Blue Eyes because it's normal type, and then Chaos Max Dragon is a level 8. So Advanced Ritual Art, Blue Eyes, bring out Chaos Max. Incantation Inception brings out the Incantation Chalice Slime. So I run 1, and then I run 1 Monster Reborn because obviously it's limited. So those are the spells. I don't run any traps in this deck, guys. So that's basically it for the main deck. So for my extra deck, I run 1 Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, 4,500 attacker, 3,000 defense. All around good card. Next, I run a Neo Blue Eyes White Dragon. At the end of the damage step, this face-up card is the only card I control. Then when I fusion summoned, I can send 1 Blue Eyes Fusion from my extra deck to the graveyard, and then I can attack again in a row. Wow, that's so it can be a double attacker, which is nice, which is insane. 4,500. Again, it's good attack and defense. Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon. So it's 2 Blue Eyes, don't need poly for it, and then you basically get you get a 3,025 beater that can attack twice in 1 standby phase, which is great. Also, you can banish your opponent's monster, which is insane. Next, I run 1 Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. So neither player can special summon 2 or more monsters at the same time once per turn. During either player's turn, when an effect of a card in the graveyard activated, I can negate the activation. Then during either player's turn, I contribute this synchro monster to special summon 1 light dragon type synchro monster from my extra deck in defense mode position, except for Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, but destroy it during the end phase. So I'm not running it for its effect. I'm running it because that's obviously a synchro. Like I have to get Azure Eyes. I haven't gotten an Azure Eyes yet, so that's another synchro I'm gonna get for this deck. It's not quite finished. Then I run 1 Galaxy Eyes, full armor Photon Dragon, which is really great. Special summon 2 Blue Eyes, or even special summon a Blue Eyes and an alternative White Dragon, and then like boom, instantly go into full armor. I have an Exciton Knight in here. The only way I'm going to be able to get him out is through Manju, and I'm basically using him as a staple. Okay. I've got Link Karibo, one Link Karibo, and I'm gonna wrap this up quick, guys. So I could have Link Karibo up in my like, I can have Link Karibo up in my extra monster zone, and then let's say I have my another monster, so when my opponent declares an attack, I contribute this card, then change that opponent's attack points to 0 until the end phase. One level 1 monster, special summon this card. I contribute one level 1 monster and then special summon him again back to the field from the graveyard. Really good. Underclock Taker. Basically once per turn, I can target one face-up monster this points to, and it loses attack equal to the attack of this target monster points to until the end phase. So, my opponent controls. So if this points to like, let's say I place him right here, and then he points to my opponent's Link monster, then it loses attack from whatever monster it points to on my side of the field, and that's really, really good. Excuse me. Next, I have one Guard Dragon LP, and he's really good. So let's say I have an LP like right here, and I have Underclock Taker or even Link Karibo, and I have then I can special summon a Dragon type, I believe it was. Yeah, I get to special summon one Dragon type monster from my hand or deck to that zone. That 2 or more Link monsters. So like, because they're both pointing to the same zone, I can like bring out Blue Eyes White Dragon or any of my other high level dragons from my deck, or even like, it's insane with LP. LP is really good. I like LP. I think I would definitely keep LP in this deck. I would not run more than one though. And then the last card I have is Hip Potion again. And what he does is he takes 2 light monsters, and all light monsters on the field gain 500 attack defense. All dark monsters on the field lose 400 attack and defense. And if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, I can target one light monster in my graveyard and add it to my hand. So I can bring like Blue Eyes or Alternative Dragon. But its effects can only be used once per turn. So it's really good. Really, really good. Okay, guys, that's it for my Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile for today, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.